Hey everyone, welcome back to the RP Games YouTube channel. My name is Ralph, this is the Banner Saga. We are leaving Boersgard, and with we, I mean Rook and Juno. Juno has showed up, finally, with a gigantic caravan with Hakon, with an enormous amount of Varl, with an enormous amount of supplies, which were sorely needed. I'm curious to see where Juno will take us. We're gonna find out right now. Look at all these dredge just standing around, watching us walk away. What is this? Is this another Godstone? Yeah, it looks like it. Is this like the creator of the dredge? We're at the Godstone of Stravhs. You glance around nervously, but the dredge didn't seem to hear her. It's okay, you can speak softly. Is this where you're going to sacrifice me? Juno smiles. What could have come across as profoundly creepy looks sincere instead. No, the dredge cannot see us. To be more precise, they can see us, but I've convinced them to be unconcerned. I can understand your apprehension though. Who are you? I wish we had time for a proper introduction. My name is Juno, I'm on the Mender Council. You've met Ivan, my apprentice. How are you doing these things? Controlling minds? I thought Menders built things and healed wounds. You're right, Menders do these things. Some of us still practice the teachings, giving to the Loom Mother's first creations. We are called Valka. I believe I am the only one who can influence another's mind. Then why not take control of Bellower? I learned the talent to heal minds, not control them. Though even some Valka have trouble believing this. Taking control of Bellower, it's the difference between convincing a child to sit still and telling a starving bear to stop being hungry. The truth is we rarely a match for the Sunder anymore. Our advantage is that we can train more Valka. It's also our weakness. The Valka pass on and lose their knowledge, while the Sunder simply grow older and more powerful. Bellower is both immortal and beyond my influence, to a point. Then how do we stop him? The God of Secrets will play a part, as will you. So what are we doing out here then? Do you know of the god Stravhs? Few know his stone exists, even amongst those who have lived their whole lives in Boersgard. While Dangler deals in fortune, Stravhs taught men the value of trade in a different way. He showed them it has consequence, two sides of the same coin. See the silver in the stone? The gales up here wear away the stone, but the metal remains. We need a piece of this silver. The god Stravhs is greeted by imagery of silver weapons. The myths say he traded these weapons to the gods, and they used them to kill each other. Those who seek out the stone call him the god of trade. The Menders call him the god of secrets. He was both. Are we gonna have to trade for something really important, like the life of Alette? So why are we surrounded by dredge? They seem to be drawn to the Godstone. There are many things we don't know about Stravhs. Maybe they see him as a patron, or it is an attraction they cannot explain. Does Stravhs have something to do with that serpent in Einertoft? What was that thing? I cannot say. Can't. I have my suspicions, but until I've had a time at the Mender libraries, it would be unwise to speculate. For all our knowledge, it always seems as though we know little. Imagine how the rest of us feel. Yeah, exactly. On the contrary, the less people know, the more certain they tend to be. So why did you pick me? Why didn't you take Ivan or Hakon? You don't even know me. I apologize for putting you in danger, Rook. Ivan must keep Boersgard from falling while we are away. And if something goes wrong here, I need to be certain one of us makes it back alive. I saw the thoughts of each person when I arrived at Boersgard. You were the only one I knew would return. What do you mean? You would find your way back to Alette. no matter what. So yeah, let's get what we need. You'll need to dislodge at least a fistful of the metal. We will forge it into an arrow to slay Bellower. Wait, after everything you've told me, make a magic arrow to shoot Bellower? That's all it takes? Why didn't you do that a long time ago? Juno gets a faraway look in her eyes. No, that is not all it takes. What I tell you now must not be repeated. The arrow will not kill Bellower, even were it to strike his heart. He has no physical weaknesses. But it will sow doubt in his mind. When it pierces him, I will help him to believe that he is dying. The rest of you will convince him of it with sword and axe. Everyone who fights at your side must believe it to be true. You're going to trick him into thinking he's dead. That's the most insane... So he really can't be killed? No, someday he will awaken and realize he's not dead. I imagine he will be quite upset. That's so dry. First, we must make the arrow. Focus on the task at hand. She looks knowingly at the Godstone, waiting for you to start climbing. Rook, I'm not certain how the dredge will react when you do this. And behind us is a sudden drop. So be careful. Oh my goodness, seriously? Like, this is not a game with like ability scores or something like that, so... Approaching the back of the stone, you start to climb, looking for a loose piece of the silver vein. Even without looking out onto the dredge, you can feel each sinister face watching you closely, held back only by Juno's influence. Panic races through your blood. Try to quickly wrench out the nearest chunk, climb higher where it may be easier to remove. Yeah, I need easy, more than I need quick, I guess, since they're under the influence. I just need to trust Juno's ability here, I would say. As you climb, you can't help but notice the stony masks of dredge lined up before the Godstone, like worshippers before an idol. Just a glimpse nearly immobilizes you. Your hand rests on a piece of silver that comes away easily. The dredge do not react. Should we look for another piece? Let's not press our luck here. You nimbly descend to where Juno was waiting. Well done, she says. As you walk back through the dredge, their heads turn in unison to follow. The dread that lingers and the shaking in your hands does not subside for hours. Damn. Phew. You approach the gates of Boersgard again, relieved that they're still standing. It looks like they took a beating while you were gone. Alette rushes to your side and throws her arms around you once you've crept through the gates. Juno smiles at the reunion and tells you, take this time with your daughter. Find a smith who can fashion an arrow from that silver. I have other things to which I must attend. Meet me on the walls when you are done. Okay, so what I want to do now, first of all, we currently have a lot of renown and we have plenty of supplies. So how about I finally level up Rook to level 5. That is going to cost 20. Kablooey, 20 gone. Alright, what are we gonna do now? We could improve his armor. Are we using a lot of his willpower? Yes, we actually are. I'm going to leave his armor at 8. I don't think it's gonna be the biggest issue. We could use more willpower. There we go. And I want a level 5 Iver. Kablooey, another 20 gone. What are we gonna do with Iver here? So I would say we try to maximize his strength even more. Like, make it even more insane. There we go. Before we spend the rest of our renown, let's check out the crafters, because we might actually need renown for this. It takes a while, but you finally find someone willing to craft an arrow for you. He eyes you suspiciously when you show him the silver, but shakes his head and gets started. Alette watches the smith's fire reflecting in her distant stare. I talked with Ivan a long time while you were gone. He told me a lot about Juno. Is she really as powerful as he said? It certainly seems that way. That might be the most luck we've had so far. Dad, I think I know what's going to happen now. An arrow? She's going to make you shoot Bellower, isn't she? I don't know for sure. Come on, who else is going to do it? Iver? Alette, I know where this is going. You're afraid of me dying. This isn't like before. We can't run this time. That's not what I... Let me do it. What? Why not? Because you think I'll get hurt? What do you do when Bellower comes straight for the person holding the only thing that can destroy him? Let me speak. Everything's changed. Skogar feels so long ago. I'm not asking because I'm afraid of losing you. I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Let me do it because you know I'm a better shot. I have a better chance of puncturing his armor. We only have one shot. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not just some girl, I'm your daughter. I can do this. For once, let me decide what happens to me. Wow-wee. Damn. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I didn't even level her up. Wow, 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 wow. If we... Okay, so this means we need to take Alette. So that means we need to leave someone else out of the party. Who are we not gonna take? Are we not gonna take Outlive, who can, you know, really stop someone in their tracks? We cannot leave out Outlive. We cannot leave out Iver. We could leave out maybe Crummer instead of Alette. Yeah, that's an option. You know what? I'm gonna go for the girl power here. I know you can do it. Take the arrow. She smiles and takes your hand in hers. We'll survive this. I know we will. You sit by her side silently until the smith finishes his work. What did I just do? What did I just do? Wow. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So in that case, let's level up Alette as much as we can. Is she actually the better shot? That is my question. She has Thread the Needle, so that is shooting through different characters. And she has the Puncture, okay, yeah, so that is a good one though. Well, if we're gonna give her the keys to the kingdom, we might as well promote her. And what are we gonna do? We could increase this one. And I would say increase her strength probably as well. Man, now I wish I had leveled her up from the start, of course, but hey, I didn't. Alright, let's see what they say on the wall. There he is. Juno's in the middle of an animated debate as you approach, the arrow in your hand. There's little time left, Bellower knows we're here. Whether he's waiting for more of his forces to arrive or simply wants to starve us out first, I cannot tell. But he will not expect a direct attack. Is this a joke? How are we gonna do that? I will take a handful of warriors to face him. I can keep a small group hidden from sight. The rest of you will lead the charge from here. With luck, Bellower will send his armies away from himself to meet you. What about the ravens? They may protest. They will not. I've arranged a task for them. Even if you make it to Bellower, What chance is there of defeating him? We saw what happened at Einertoft. That thing can be killed. Juno shows them the arrow you had forged from the Godstone silver. This will make him bleed like the rest of us. Once he is pierced, he will be vulnerable. She looks you in the eyes. We only have one. Do not miss. And bring only those you absolutely need. It will take all my concentration to keep the other dredge from swallowing us up. I cannot join in battle. And if we kill Bellower, then what? The dredge will just wander away. That is my belief, yes. I can't say for certain. This is a doomed plan. Help us hold out here until the ships are finished. And then what? Bellower will hound our every step, all the way to Arborang, where I'm certain more Sunder await. Now is the time to speak to loved ones and the memory of any god that pleases you. Rest. In the morning, we slay asunder. Alright, that is going to be the end of this episode. Boo! Yes, I know, but I want to take like a separate episode for facing Bellower. I think this is gonna be the finale probably of the game. I would assume, I have no idea, but let's do that in a separate episode. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, don't miss out. You don't want to miss out on our final episode, or what I think to be our final episode. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.